Minnesota, obviously on a bye too. And when it comes to like Aaron Jones, there's some speculation whether he's going to be ready. Obviously, he was one of these like week to week things we keep dealing with throughout the entire this season. It feels like everything has been week to week, week to week. So it's tough, man, because you got Aaron Jones. Ty Chandler's kind of waiting in the wings. And I think Aaron Jones is still fine. He's been playing well. Obviously, the bye,
Yeah.
hopefully, he was able to get right. But he's a player that's missed time throughout the season. So I'd be careful with a guy like Aaron Jones. But at the same time, I think with the way running back is right now, you still got to treat him
Yeah.
as like an elite RB2 right now.
Yeah, and it's, we said this earlier, it's just hard to sell running backs. Like whenever I do my like buy and sell videos throughout the week, it's just always so difficult to recommend people selling running backs just because they're running backs and they're so hard to find. Especially guys like Aaron Jones, who when he's healthy, he can put up big numbers, and it's really hard to find those kind of guys. So I don't want to say I would sell, but if I can get like maybe who would you rather have, B Rob or Aaron Jones?
Similar tier to me. And I think Aaron Jones having his bye already. Sometimes
Oh
I
yeah,
factor
Aaron
that into like
Jones.
giving me even though it's just one extra game, it's another game I don't have to eat the bye. So I would rather have Aaron Jones than B Rob,
And I think
especially
most
he
people
was
would
out.
probably say that. I think that you could probably sell Aaron Jones for like B Rob and a little bit more. So that's something where like I would potentially do that because, like you said, Aaron Jones, I want to say, has already been banged up twice this year.
Yeah.
Last year, he missed a large chunk of the year. He's 29. Like, let's be honest, they just had their bye. So now this means that for the rest of the season, he's got to stay healthy, and there's no bye to kind of get right. So I wouldn't say sell Aaron Jones just for the sake of selling him, but if I had an opportunity where I could sell Aaron Jones, kind of make a little bit of a lateral move, maybe downgrade just a tiny bit and get another piece, that's something that I would prefer. Like, get younger. I know it's not dynasty, but I'd rather get a younger player, especially for down the stretch where he could potentially have struggles staying healthy just because he's done it throughout,
So
the
the
past
only
couple of
thing with
years.
him though is that like he was producing at RB1 levels, like you know what I
Yeah.
mean, like before the injury and obviously before the bye. I think on a per game basis, he's a top 12 guy. So it's tough to just move an Aaron Jones like that because I don't think you'll ever get the value that you really get on a
Mhm.
weekly basis. Now, will he get injured again this season? There's a high probability of that. It's just the nature of the position, it's the nature of the age, etc. But I do think that like he's one of those players to me that's more valuable on your team than like in a trade. You just can't. You'll never get the Aaron Jones value, unfortunately, unless he's a top 10 guy for half the season healthy, like kind of like Alvin Kamara is, right? So I think in a good offense, this team's going to be contending for a playoff spot. They're undefeated. They're undefeated right now, right? Vikings are undefeated. So
Yeah.
no,
Are they? Are they
I
still
think they're 5 and
undefeated?
0.
That's pretty
I
crazy.
want to say they're 5 and 0.
They're gonna come
If
back down
not, I
there,
know they still have a really good record right now. I'm pretty sure they're 5 and 0. But the
probably.
Vikings, it's like they're going to be playing for a playoff spot. Like I just think Aaron Jones is one of those players where you have him on your team and he's going to get you to the playoffs, and like he's going to be like at least a high end RB2 on most weeks. But you do have that concern in your head of like, can he stay
Yeah.
healthy the whole year? And is it going to be Ty Chandler in those fantasy playoff weeks? That's the one thing you have to worry about in
Would
the
you
back of your head.
would you want him or Josh Jacobs?
They're similar plays to me. And I think I have Josh Jacobs maybe a little bit higher because of the durability factor. But
If I could get
Josh
Josh
Jacobs gets
Jacobs,
hurt
I
too,
would do
though.
that. I would do that
Aaron
potentially.
Jones
Oh
in a
yeah.
small piece for Jacobs because I don't think it'd be a 1-for-1. I don't think you could do 1-for-1 Aaron Jones for Josh Jacobs.
I would say most people would want Aaron Jones.
I think opposite. I think most people want Josh Jacobs. See, this is the difference in it. I think most people would want Josh Jacobs.
You gotta ask. We'll have to ask our discords.
Let y'all in the chat. Let us know what you guys think about that. Would you rather have Aaron Jones or Josh Jacobs? That's a good conversation. I think with him being banged up, especially right now, the one thing is during the bye weeks, it's very important. I can't stress this enough. Make sure you're not trading players at value that haven't had their bye yet, or that have already had their bye for players that haven't had their bye yet. I cannot stress that enough. You don't want to eat 2 bye weeks because every win is
Mhm.
crucial. I don't care what your record is. Do not eat the bye week unless you're like, for sure you're going to make the playoffs. It's a tough thing to do. What about Justin Jefferson, Tyler? Because we've seen the receivers, right? Like, and we were talking about this just a second ago, is like the trading aspect, right? Like you got your Cooper Cupps and you got some of these other receivers who haven't yet had the stretch of games that we want to see. Like Brandon Ayuk comes to mind as a player that like
Mhm.
hasn't had a stretch of games yet that we expected him to, right? But there's still like this weird value where like we got Diggs as a top 10 receiver. We got Nico Collins who's top 5, but he's out on IR. We have, Chris Olave who hasn't performed very well. We have upside players and like T. Higgins is starting to play well. Jaden Reed is a top 10 guy. So a lot of our offseason wide receiver rankings, and I think this could be said for damn near everybody in the community, they're not what they were during this offseason.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
Justin Jefferson still remains a guy that we know is an elite receiver, could still be up there as far as like the league leader in yardage, touchdowns, whatever it is. Are you taking this as an opportunity to buy Justin Jefferson? Do you think that he kind of is limited by Sam Darnold? Like, just talk to me where you're at with Jefferson, who we haven't seen have like the Jamar Chase game yet, the 40-point game, the 35-point games. It's been kind of dialed back in like this 20-point range, which isn't bad. It's just not
Yeah, it's
Jefferson.
not, and that was kind of my problem, like heading into the season. Why I didn't necessarily like him for where he was currently going, but I've kind of like it's tough because I still have a hard time truly believing that this offense is still going to continue to do what they have been doing, but they have been. It's tough to say. And the other part too is this defense playing really, really well, which you could also say has limited Justin Jefferson a little bit too, because they haven't really been in shootout type of games where they've needed to throw the ball a whole lot. But and I said this early in the season. If I could have gotten Jamar Chase, I would have easily gotten Jamar Chase for Justin Jefferson. I still would say Justin Jefferson right now is like a top 5 wide receiver, though. The only guys that I would probably want ahead of him for the rest of the season would be like Jamar Chase. I would still take Amon-Ra St. Brown over him. I still have faith in CD. Like I still have faith. I have faith that this offense will get right. And we saw it last year with CD too. Like he wasn't CD early on. He really became CD, midway point through the season. So, but I would say Justin Jefferson. Would I want him or Jaden Reed? I would still probably take Justin Jefferson. So yeah, I would.
You
He's
got
a
him
guy
way
that.
down there.
What's that?
So you got him way down there, like barely, like around top,
It's like
around
top
like
5.
number 5-ish.
Yeah, 5. I wouldn't say he's. And I think that's where he deserves to be. And the reason why I think I say that is because he has 100-yard game. Like he's not, and this is what I was talking about earlier in the season. This is not a guy who's going to be absolutely immune to the change of quarterback position. Like he's been very good. Don't get me wrong, but he's not having those 40-point games. I don't know if we're going to see a 40-point game from him this season because I just don't believe that Sam Darnold, who has been good so far this year, is the quarterback that's going to be that quarterback that we have hopes for. I just don't think he's going to be that guy. And there's a couple guys that I would definitely want over Jay Jettis, but he's right there, right around 5, which is exactly where I had him ranked.
I still think Jettis belongs in the top 3 conversation. Like, and you say Jamar Chase. Like, I think I'd rather in a one-on-one deal. I think if I could get,
oh no, don't
I'd rather
say it.
I'd rather have Jettis and Chase.
Don't say it. No,
I'd rather have Jettis and Chase. I would.
Oh
I
my!
would. We're letting one game, one heavy game, skew everything with Jamar Chase. One heavy game,
bro. Jamar Chase, wide receiver 1.
Yeah, because of one damn near 40
That's how.
point game.
That's who he is. With Joe Burrow, he has Joe Burrow.
And Jettis is literally 20 every single week, and we haven't seen that game yet.
He's not been 20. He has one 20-point game.
He clears the wide receiver 1.
He had one 20-point game. He's not 20 every single week. He has one 20-point game.
Justin Jefferson?
Yeah.
I got 3 right here. San Francisco, Houston,
all right, it
Green
depends
Bay.
on the scoring. What are the scoring? Full point PPR? Like, it depends on the scoring.
Full point PPR. At least is how I see it right here. 15.9, 23.3, 20.1, 20.5, and 15.2.
All right, this is half point. That's why I was looking.
Oh, see over here, half point PPR. Number, and it's
people play half point. All right.
3. Hey, I know we got all these different damn leagues, all these different settings, dude. Yeah. It'd be like that sometimes. But Jettis, I'm still taking Jettis over Jamar Chase. Like there's, for me, the consistency factor. And when he does have that big game, Tyler, when he does have that big game, now it becomes a separation. The only reason we're not talking about that is because he had his bye. He had his bye, so now it's pushed down a little bit. We forget who Justin Jefferson is sometimes, man.
No, I think he's deserves to be in the top 5, but easily Chase the rest of the season.
Best.
Not even thinking
Justin
about
Jefferson's
it.
Best receiver, bro.
I don't disagree that he's not the best real life wide receiver, but for fantasy, I mean, shit. I mean, I'd probably even take Godwin over him right now.
Stop it. Stop it.
Godwin's
Tyler,
been
we're not
money.
doing this. We're not
Godwin's
doing
been
this.
fantastic. What are we talking
Godwin
about?
has been fantastic, but you would not take Godwin over Justin Jefferson. One for one, we're taking Jettis every time. And I'm saying weird because I know we both are. There's no way you have Chris Godwin. You'd be like Justin Jefferson. No way.
No, I would probably say Jay Jettis, especially with Gary. Like I would have taken Gary Wilson over him prior to this trade, unfortunately, but that kind of kills, not kills Gary Wilson, but like we already talked about it. But I would say he's probably like wide receiver 3 for it now.
No bias, no nothing. Here we go. This is the true telltale sign. I have Justin Jefferson. You have Jamar Chase on your roster. I send Justin Jefferson to your inbox. You taking a deal or no?
No.
Okay, I'm obviously Jettis. I got Jettis over Chase. Next up, Cooper Kupp. Taking Jettis or Cooper Kupp?
I would take Jettis.
You taking Jettis or you taking CeeDee Lamb?
I would take CeeDee.
Taking Jettis or Malik Neighbors?
That's where it gets tough. I probably would go with Jay Jettis though.
You go Jettis or you go Nico Collins, even with him on IR. Pretend they're not on IR. Jettis or Nico?
All right, if Nico was not on IR, Nico. Yeah.
Jettis or AJ Brown? AJ's number one on a points per game basis right now.
When he plays, man, he's just so damn good. Not saying Jay Jettis isn't good, but I probably go Jay Jettis. That one's really tough. That one's close.
See, I don't know. Honestly, Tyler, this is where I'm at. I don't know if there's another receiver I want over Justin Jefferson right now.
Come on, it's Jamar Chase. Don't play. It's Jamar Chase. Like Jamar Chase is. You got to get off your take. I know you don't like to admit it.
Get off what take?
Get off your take that early in the season, Jamar Chase can be wide receiver 1. He can be. He's showing it, and you could say, outside of 30, he had 26-point games. He had a 16-point game. Like, sure, there's the highs and lows, but like that's. I guarantee if you had Jamar Chase when he had that 36-point game, you probably won your league or won your matchup like 70%.
I have Jamar Chase right now, and I'm actively trying to go get Justin Jefferson after today. After talking about this right now,
you like to lose, I guess.
To get Justin
you like
Jefferson
to lose, I guess.
Right after this, I love to win, baby.
I guess you like to lose.
But listen, we got to get out of here, man. We will be doing more Week 7 talk this week. You guys check us out. And we will see y'all on the next one. Peace out.